everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today we are finally past the opening split quest lines for the Heavensward main story. Everything from here on is one linear shot. So, let's get started with House Fortom Steward. What do you have for us today? The Fortom Steward looks as though he has something to say. And we're gonna get some nice rewards out of this. A new mount? What? And an ether compass. Now what could this possibly be? Both of these rewards are very nice. I will explain in more detail at the end of the video. Mr. Slanty, my lord the Count much desires to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Artuarel and Lord Amanelaine. If you would remain here for a moment. Artuarel was pleasant, Amanelaine sucks. That's my summary.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Amanelaine's life. Aye, he told me everything. I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Fortom. You've won us much honor, my friend.
My lord!
What is it? Speak.
Pray forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings. Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
What? Explain.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries. Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain, elements. 'Twas this which prompted a Knight of the Heavensward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinno, my lord.
Sir Grinno is a brute. An exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamail. How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
Well, crap. We know that Alphino and Tataru were not trying to spread heresy or whatever. They were trying to figure out information on if any of the Scions survived and where they might be. Oh god, this sucks. Though you have won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who will never be swayed. Men who will dismiss your efforts and resent your successes even as we celebrate them. 'Tis like that one such member of House Zamail is manipulating Sir Grinno, so for he is not a man to dabble in politics of his own volition. He may genuinely believe your friends to be guilty, though I am quite certain his masters know better. Yet the truth will avail us not if we cannot prove their innocence. You would do well to speak with Sir Emmerich of the Congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. He will know more of these charges. Okay, let's go fast. This is bad! This is about the worst possible situation! This is what I get for killing cops within the first few days of being here. Alright. Up at the Congregation. Let's get moving. Emmerich? Emmerich, please tell me what you know. Hi, Harshaphon. Satora, I had but this moment resolved to go and fetch you. I presume you have heard what happened then. I've heard a bit, but I would love more info. That they should regard the Scions with such suspicion even after you stood with us on the steps of faith. It is bad comedy. Yet unlike the grave injustice you suffered in Ul'dah, this wrong may swiftly be righted. Well, that is good to hear. Sir Emmerich has told me much and more about you. Suffice it to say, my expectations are high. And you have nothing relevant to say. Got it. It has been too long, Satora. Would that this visit came under happier circumstances. You are come to plead for Master Alphino and Mr. Tataru, I take it? Word of their detainment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vanu Primal. Truly, I know not which is the more ludicrous. These charges or that flying feathered whale. That Sir Grenno's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he is a knight of the Heavensward. I speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12 finest knights in all of Ishgard, sworn to serve his eminence alone. Suffice it to say, their testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the Scions have done, routing the heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us to defend the steps of faith and drive back the Devonian horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there naught we can do? I fear there is but one path left to us. We must demand a trial by combat. But of course! In a trial by combat sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the petitioner's standing. Under Ishgardian law, a trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Alphinaud and Mistress Zataru would be expected to face Sir Grenno in a second of his choosing. Another knight of the Heavensward, most like. 2 of them? By the fear, that can hardly be considered fair. Master Alphinaud's magical talents will not have gone unnoticed, meaning that he will have no choice but to participate. Mistress Zataru, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skill, and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity, as I am sure is Lord Harshavant, but all here present know that you are the most accomplished warrior among us, and mayhap in the realm at large. I will do what I can. Then it is settled. I will visit Master Alphinaud at once and inform him of our intentions. Satora, meet me at the tribunal when you have made ready. Until then, my friend. Alright, this. At least we have a way out of this. But also, wow, Ishgard, you really allow trial by combat to determine the victor. I mean, it is a nation which has been at war for 1,000 years. It makes sense they would very highly value martial strength. But also, that seems very, very prone to corruption. Oh goodness, that seems prone to corruption. Letting the strongest be determined to be the innocent? Whew, I can see so many ways for that to go wrong. Well, the good news is, I have a gun. Listen carefully, Satora. When the trial begins, the petitioner will be asked to restate his charges, and the accused invited to respond. Then, in accordance with the law, they will be asked to restate their request for a trial by combat. Once a high adjudicator acknowledges Mr. Sataru's right to name a champion, that is when you must make your entrance. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on Sir Grenno's face when he sees his true opponent. 'Twill be priceless. More seriously, should you begin to lose heart, look to me in the sands and I shall cheer so loud, you will wonder how you could ever have contrived to doubt yourself. This man has the biggest fucking crush. It's so cute, actually. Now, are you ready? I guess I am.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grenno, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grenno de Zemile, brother of the Heavensward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
Let the accused step forward. Alphinaud Leveilleur, Tataru Taru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grenno's claim and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alphinaud Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Tataru Taru, am innocent of this charge. But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
O Halone, render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
And so we begin. Alright, we are fighting. I shall do what I can to support you, Satora. Now let us teach these noble sirs the folly of bearing false witness. Well, well, who do we have here? This one is mine, Ser Grino. Go and play with the boy. Bloody waste of... Come on then, you wanted this, remember? Alright. Time for trial by combat. Facing off against Sir Polycrane and Ser Grino. I've had enough of your tricks. Oh no. What are you doing, Grino? Okay, he's got chains up. No, don't open the map. I'm trying to attack the chains.
Down with you!
Satora, Helfino's in trouble. Look out. I'm on it. Okay, Polycrane's almost down at least. Nope. Target the chains. Thank you. Let's get him out of there. Take Polycrane down. And now we can finally shift over to dealing with Grino. Anyways, as I have been trying to say, it is always a delight to... Oh my god. That just went way too fast. It's always a delight to hear Karina Reeves as Sataru. We won! The Fury has spoken. Alphino Levier, Tataru Taru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we who receive of her wisdom and see justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners, accused, go forth in peace. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again. My thanks, as always. Yeah, no, that went so fast I barely had time to say anything. But yeah, no, it is always a delight to hear Karina Reeves as Sataru, though I will never not be able to hear her as Fiora. I come to 14 from Xenoblade. There's a weirdly large amount of cross-pollination between the Xenoblade, Final Fantasy XIV, and Trails series, though I have not yet had a chance to play Trails. It's a very long series, and I want to get into it eventually, but it's just long. Okay, well, good news is we are safely out of there. Alphino safe, Tataru safe, acquitted of all charges. Grino, whatever the fuck your game is, has failed. You are not very strong. By the Fury, what a splendid victory! To see how you strove in the face of adversity. Two brave young souls bound together by the puissant bonds of camaraderie. Why, it stirred me to the very depths of my soul. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, it seems only right that I present you with a humble token of my admiration. Pray receive of me this chocobo whistle. With it, you may summon a black chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. Magnificent, is she not? Strong yet sleek, elegant yet eager. What say you, Satora? Will you take her for your steed? I will. Thank you for this generous gift, Harshaphon. Lord Harshaphon, chocobos are prohibited in the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. God damn you, Ishgard, why are you like this? Your steed must remain outside. Stop naming things so long! I run out of breath. That's a me problem. This is a very generous gift, though, Harshaphon. Thank you. Alright, we can go over that in a moment. We have obtained a black chocobo. When riding this mount, we will have the ability to fly provided certain conditions have been met. To fly in a given region, we must first find and attune to all the local ether currents. In order to attune to some ether currents, you will need to complete certain quests. However, most can be discovered via exploration. To aid us in this endeavor, we have also been obtained an ether compass, which will provide us with both the bearing and the distance to the nearest ether current upon use. The ether compass can be found under Collection in the Duty section of the main menu. To review our progress, select Travel from the main menu, followed by Ether Currents. Alright, awesome. So, a few things of explanation. First off, Black Chocobo was originally the only mount at this point which was able to fly. A Realm Reborn flight was not added until late Shadowbringers, until patch 5.3, and that was made available to everyone upon release. But for Heavensward onwards, flying is available and has always been available. But initially only certain mounts were able to fly. Nowadays, all mounts can fly. They slowly added the ability to all mounts over the course of several expansions. But the Black Chocobo was your first flying mount. A small hand-carved whistle that emits a unique, high-pitched tone discernible only by a Black Chocobo trained from birth to recognize and respond to the sound. Used to summon our personal Black Chocobo. Let me go ahead and mark that off of my collection list, on my completion list. And next up, let's talk about the Ether Compass in our collection menu. We're going to go ahead and set that to our hotbar. Let's go here. The Ether Compass is incredibly useful. When we are out in a field area, such as Kurth's Western Highlands, we can use the Ether Compass, and it will tell us if there are any nearby ether currents. And if there are any nearby ether currents, it'll tell us roughly what direction and how far away in Yalms. So we'll be able to track down those ether currents. If we take a look at our ether currents menu, no information to display. Fair enough. Once we head back out into one of those overworld maps, we'll probably be able to see the actual info. And we'll take care of that later. We'll be grabbing ether currents as part of main story episodes. Generally, if we pass one while we are doing main story, we'll go ahead and grab it. Or if we end a main story episode reasonably nearby an ether current, we'll go and grab it. Ether currents will always be in main story episodes. As mentioned, some ether currents can only be obtained by doing certain quests. Those are going to be blue quests, and those will of course be done on Sunday episodes. One last note about ether currents. When each expansion comes out, they usually come with a large number of ether currents you need to get, something like 12 to 16 per zone. That's a lot. That's a lot of ether currents. But with Endwalker, they changed things a little bit so that old expansions, prior to whatever the current expansion is, they actually reduce it significantly, so you only need to get like half of what were originally ether currents. Half the ether currents get like straight up removed, so you don't need to do nearly as much effort in order to get them all. Anyways, as mentioned, we'll be grabbing ether currents as part of main story episodes, unless they come from quests, in which case it'll come from Sunday episodes. But yeah, I believe that is about it. With Alphino and Tataru now free from prison, we are pretty much good to go. So, tomorrow is going to be a Sunday video. if you are watching these as they go up, and we have something very special. My raid group has been trying to get revenge on some old duties that we either weren't able to clear synced, in the case of Binding Coils, or weren't able to clear on mine difficulty. And we were able to successfully clear a very difficult duty, and we're very excited about that. So next time, we're going to have a fairly short one showing that clear. And those revenge tour videos are going to just be coming whenever we have extra space on a Sunday video, whenever we have a Sunday video that we don't really have anything else urgently to do, and also, of course, when we've actually cleared one of those duties. There's quite a few we still have left to go. We want to do all the extreme trials from A Realm Reborn on mine difficulty. We want to do turn 9 synced, and we want to do turn 13 synced. So yeah, whichever one we cleared, you'll see next time. But we sure cleared one, and it sure was exciting. All right. Yeah, we'll work through that slowly over the course of Heavensward. And eventually we'll have all the Realm Reborn duties cleared at a pretty high level of difficulty, which is exciting. Anyways, that's enough rambling from me. I'll see everyone next time for that. And then next week, we're going to have another batch of main story. And we're coming up on a point where we're going to start doing job quests for A Realm Reborn jobs for their Heavensward storylines. So the level 50 plus quests for our A Realm Reborn jobs. That'll be coming up soon, I promise. But for now, next time, Revenge Tour, and then more main story. I'll see everyone next time for that.